Hi guys! So today I was like, I'm going to do my review of this book and I'm going to write it all down in a notebook and I'm going to be really super organized and do all these things and say all the stuff. And then I was like, ooh, Tumblr! Ooh, Lizzie Bennet Diary! Not like organized. So yeah, this is my review of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Rick Ransom. Ransom Riggs. Ah! Okay. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. It's about a boy named Jacob, and when he was little, his grandfather used to tell him stories about the orphanage that he lived in when he was little, and showed him pictures of the kids who also lived in the orphanage who could do crazy things like levitate, or creepy things like dress up like clowns. And then there's real pictures. That's the girl who levitates. This guy has a mouth in the back of his head, and so he painted a face. And this person, he's really strong. My dog wants to be let in my room. Anyways, so Jacob grew up with these stories, and then finally his father told him that his grandfather was really sent to this orphanage because he used to live in Poland in the 1940s, and his parents sent him away from Poland in the 1940s because he was Jewish, and bad things happened to Jewish people in Poland in the 1940s. That was called the Holocaust. I don't know why I'm talking like this. What happened was he actually had a really terrible life, at least according to Jacob's father, and so he made up stories to cope with it. When Jacob was a little older, he realized that these stories probably weren't true and got a little mad at his grandpa for making all this stuff up. And when we come into the highlight of the story, Jacob is 16 and working at a gas station convenience store type thing that his uncle owns, and he's trying very hard to get fired, and he can't get fired. And things. And then his grandfather gets chased down by a monster. That's not really a spoiler, it's kind of the biggest part of the book. And so what happens is Jacob wants to go to the home where, the orphanage where his grandfather grew up, to see what all the fuss was about and like why Jacob could see this monster when his friend couldn't. And so they go to an island off the coast of Wales. Creepy. He goes and he finds the house, and he finds out that this home for peculiar children is actually a home for peculiar children. And he finds the house, and it's abandoned and blown to pieces. And what he finds through people who live in this town was that in 1940-something, the Nazis came, the Germans flew over this little island and bombed the crap out of it, including all of the houses, and the big house, the big orphanage house, got bombed, obliterated. Everyone inside of it died, except for they didn't. Plot twist! What actually happened is they live inside a loop, which is just they live the same day, the day of the bombing, actually over and over and over again, so they never actually die. And the people in the town don't realize this, and life outside the loop continues. And Jacob stumbles upon the loop and into it. And he meets the girl that his grandfather loved, and all the other peculiar children. He finds out he as well is peculiar, obviously, otherwise he wouldn't have gotten into the loop. And his grandfather was peculiar because he was in the loop as well. And there's a lot more creepy photographs, and I really liked it. Alright, so that was my very long summary of this book. I heard about this book from Jesse the Reader. I will link his channel down below. He's fantastic, and I really enjoy his videos. And he always raves about this book. He shows it all the time in like any tag video. This book. I was all like, I'm going to do this before the lighting gets weird. And then I'm all like, Lizzie Bennet Diaries, no! Okay. Anyways, so that's why I found this book. It was always been on hardcover, and I didn't want to buy it in hardcover, and I didn't want to rent it from the library because that sounds boring. And I finally found it at Walmart in soft coverness, and so I bought it. and I loved it. I'm going to give this, I think I give it a 4 out of 5 stars, only because I did not like the ending. But that's because I don't like cliffhangers, and so there you go, the ending's a cliffhanger. But let's talk about Jacob. Jacob is a great main character and narrator. I really entirely loved him, and he didn't leave things out, and he did things and stuff and words, and I really should have planned this better. That's not true. Honestly, I really liked the main character, Jacob. He made everything seem like it actually could be real because how disbelieving he was in the beginning. And I think that's a really good quality in a character because especially with a paranormal kind of book like this, you really want, like, you can't just go in, oh yeah, these people exist as just normal, like, oh, wow, there's just alternate universes all the time and I'm just going to believe that right away. No, no one's going to believe that unless it actually truly happens, and they're still not going to believe it. They're going to think they're dreaming. So there was that. And then also, there's a little bit of a love interest, which makes me happy. Emma. I was going to call her Emily. I was close. Her name is Emma. And this is Emma fell in love with Jacob's grandfather, and then there was her and Jacob, and it was really cute, and I really liked it. I just have all good things to say about this book. I did not find anything terrible about it. I did think it was going to be scarier than it was, but I was glad that it wasn't because I don't like scary books. I don't like to be scared. So I really tremendously recommend reading this book. It was really, 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 really good. And I read it in one day. That's a testament to how good it was. I could not put it down. I just wanted more, and there's going to be another book, which is why the ending had a cliffhanger, and I'm really excited and I want it all right now. That would be Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. I really hope you read it and tell me if you liked it, or if you have already read it, tell me if you liked it, and we can talk about it. And thumbs up this video if you like reviews that aren't planned out and thoughtful. Okay, bye!